All right, and joining us today for the first time ever, all the way from Canada, J6. Welcome to AdventureCouch. Okay, so this is AdventureCouch episode number 6, and we purposely...
The best number of all.
We purposely reserved this number because I know you don't know this. J6 was number 6 in the original AdventureQuest. He actually had his ID number changed, so that was true. Number 6 in Dragon Fable, number 6 in MECHQUEST, number 6 in AdventureQuest Is that it?
Yeah. And number 3,742 in the original AdventureQuest.
So why J6?
Originally, okay, here's a story you probably don't know. Originally, I just went under the letter J. And then when I first started working with you, we used to do our meetings in MEIRC.
Mm-hmm. For AdventureQuest.
For AdventureQuest. And I tried logging in with just the letter J, except it was taken already. So I just went with J6, because J6 is my favorite number. And then you saw that, and you assumed that was my name, and I never corrected you since.
I didn't know that. I'm terrible. Thank you. For those of you who do not know, J6 is the artist responsible for, let's call it 99.9% of the backgrounds in AQWorlds, and oh dear God, the number of art and animations, and you've been part of every game since the original AdventureQuest.
Yeah.
How'd you get started?
Well, I used to play AdventureQuest Classic, and I used to play it during college a lot. Like, it was a really good game because it was like a lunch break size game, and I could play it on my breaks. So whenever we had projects to do, I would draw backgrounds as part of my school projects because that's where my mind was at. And eventually I posted them on forums, and Oishi saw them, and she passed them on to Galanoth. From there.
Here's the other side of that story. We were at the time I thought pretty full up on artists, and they said, Artix, there's this guy you really got to see. I'm like, geez, more art. And they're like, no, you got to see this. And they showed me a picture. I think it was a blue bird that you had done.
The first thing I put up was a gorilla playing a trumpet. And then
I saw a bluebird was the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh man, he's got it. I was like, we need this guy like right away. Like, let's see if he'll come and help us with art. And what a good decision!
Good investment.
So drawing's not the only thing you do. I think if you're watching this, you probably know that this is the man who carved the Artix Statue with a lobster pick.
That's all I had at the time. Gotta improvise.
And then the first time you came down to visit, how many times have you been down to Florida now?
Once a year consecutively since 2004? Yeah, 2005.
And he's notorious for bringing a gift each time, and all the gifts are handmade. The first time, he brought me a replica of the Shadow Reaper of Doom. It's currently in the Doom Knight room in my home. The actual blade, it was about this tall. Amazing. But that wasn't the interesting part. It came in a coffin container. And I'm like, where did you find this? And he's like, I made it. But you made it from like...
Yeah, I made the box over the weekend, probably close to before I had to leave. And I was really low on materials. My parents were out of the house for the weekend. So I scrapped around looking, what could I find to make this box? Found an old dresser in my mom's sewing room, took the handles off, cut it up a bit, instant coffin.
That's right. Took a bar of his mom's stuff. Imagine what would happen to you if you did this. Just went down the basement and was like, she won't need this anymore. And that is probably my most treasured thing. How the heck did you make this? This is a Galanoth the Dragon Slayer's helmet.
So I did that in a few steps. First step I did was I got one of our artists, the 3D artist here, to make me a 3D low poly version of the helmet. Then I printed out on normal computer paper, all the facets. I built it up with paper, and then I put some resin on it to harden it up, and then put some Bondo putty filler, painted it, and done.
There's an inscription. It says, "To Artix, who pays me to work from home in my underwear, J6." Actually says that.
Mostly pajama pants.
So Axe had this competition, and they were going to send some people to space, and we abused our power, thank you all so much, to try to get you in the top spot so that you'd be selected. And how did the votings end?
Ended up really well. You guys all pushed me out to the second place spot, and I only needed to be in second place to go. And then I went to camp, had a great time, met a lot of really awesome people. Unfortunately, I didn't win the final competition, but the other guy who did win was an amazing guy.
Yeah.
So
There were people from all over the world, from like every country that were there, right?
yeah, there was over 110 people, I think.
And all these people were obsessed with space as much as you were.
Yeah.
So it was like you were amongst your space-loving peers.
Yeah, it's really interesting to spend a full week with people who all share the exact same passion as you.
And you got to fly a jet plane?
Yeah, I forget the name of the plane, but it was my goal when I went there is I didn't care if I really won the trip to space. I really, really wanted to fly a plane. And as soon as the guy took off, he let me take control of it, and I had one of the best times of my life.
So that was part of the, like, there were two people in the plane, and you had to kind of like endure like crazy amount of G's.
Yeah, it was up to 4.5 G's, I think.
So did you?
It melted your face off. No, I almost got sick, but I'm a trooper, and I held it back because I figured it was a test and I didn't want to fail it. So, yeah, but it was really fun.
Because you told me one story. You said that the guy was like, "Oh no, that's really good. Take a picture," and you went, and then he was like,
Yeah, it's like when you're driving a car. You're fine if you're looking straight ahead, you're paying attention. And the guy told me to look off to my side. There was another plane next to me, so I look over, take a picture, and as soon as I do that, he starts turning to go back to the airport to park. Turn back, I'm all disoriented, I just start sweating, I just close my eyes, I'm like, oh. And my character's supposed to fly a starship, so I was pretty ashamed of that, but
But
I made it.
You did not throw up.
No, I didn't throw up.
Did not throw up.
I wouldn't tell you if I did anyways.
You handcrafted me a bullwhip. It cracks like thunder. He made a little baby bullwhip. Now, mind you, you can cut yourself with this like really easy. You did.
Yeah. Well, not this weekend, but like when you practice like anything, you're gonna fail a few times. But when you fail with the whip, you hit yourself in the face and the arm, and it hurts.
So, my 9-month son now has a bullwhip, and also a Nepali war dagger that Zoom brought him back from Nepal. So that kid he is armed. He has little tiny BB daggers. Like, we have so many really talented and unique people on our team, and J6 represents the best of them. His dedication and how he spends, you can tell who's really living the game development and artistic creative life by what they do in their free time. And he's always building something. Probably the moment where I truly understood what you were was you were doing the Dragon Fable releases for us, and you're helping out with the MECHQUEST art, and you were going to school full time, and you did this beautiful painting of your girlfriend at the time, who's now your wife, which was Sin Azul from the Save Chuckles video. Do you guys remember that? And then that same week, you made the MECHQUEST Death from Above video. We got some power on this team. You have now officially been here for 10 years. So we got you a little something. This is the commemorative 10-year J6, signed by everyone here in the lab. It's a really nice poster.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you for everything. AdventureCouch. So why'd you choose Gunslinger as your character's name?
Well, I like to think that I'm pretty quick at drawing. I'm actually the quickest draw in the West.
I see what you did there. Okay, well let's put it to the test.
All right.
Okay, that's pretty fast. But there is something I must tell you. I am not left-handed.
Ready?
Draw!